Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk a little bit about Ghost Recon Wildlands. First things first, the game is not bad. The game is strange. It is not a game that you will be playing for a long period of time. And one more thing, the season pass of that game is bullshit. Second, the game has a lot of redeeming qualities to it. There's a lot of things on the game that is good. But, with all of that being said, I cannot say to you, go and pick it up the game now. Really, if two of your friends already have, yeah, that's a good pickup. But, if you're going to play the game solo, or you're going to pick it up and try convincing one of your friends to pick it up, that's a hard sell. Really, let's talk about the good things of the game first. The game looks good. The scenery is great. It's a great screenshot game, I mean. I really wish I could have a free camera mode to take some screenshots because, yeah, the game looks beautiful. But that is kinda all of the graphic. And after that, the things start going a little bit downhill. Second good thing about the game, the guns. Shooting the guns feel very, very good. You feel the weight, the sound is very good. It's not the best sound of guns that I ever seen in a video game, but really, it really does the job of putting you on the feeling. Putting you on that shooter vibe. With that said too, as I said, things now going to be start going downhill. The open world of the game, yeah, it kind of feels alive, but it is repetitive. You're going to end up seeing a lot of the same things. Talking about open world, the radio station of that game is the worst thing I ever saw in my fucking life. It does not have personality. And the radio station, who, in my brain, it was something that would give a little bit of progression on the game, a little bit of word progression, would tell you details of what happened. It completely ignores that for the fact of, well, it will keep saying the same fucking things. And another thing, there's only one radio station in the entire game. So, listen once, turn the shit off the rest of the game. Second, missions. That is where the game kind of starts to drop the ball. The great boon about this game is you would have full choice of how you're going to accomplish every mission in the game. I'm going to come out and say, bullshit. There is a lot of missions the game locks you on stealth. You're going to have to do this in stealth. Although, you can say there's two ways to do stealth. You can go like I always do, sit on a fucking cliff, and pick it up, target after target, until you clean the base, and there's no one else. Or you can just go on stealth and avoid targets. Well, my approach works, yes, but I cannot recommend to you do that. Why? Because there is a second problem, a second catch on the game. The game does not have checkpoint system. What I mean by that is, if a mission structure are simple, point A to point B, you arrive at a point A, you have to get an intel, extract a target, kill someone. you're going to do that fine in my way or stealth. If the game does not lock you on you not being able to be detected, you can go guns blazing. That's fair. But if the game has arrive on the point of the mission, then point B being interrogate a target, grab an intel or something, then do something else. You have to drive to a place to do something else. You have to tail somebody. Whatever the fuck is, the mission creates a point B to point C. You kind of fucked on doing the sniper route. Why? Because the game will, if for some reason, and that's already happened to me, I got to tail a guy on point B to point C. For some reason, the guy really starts to drive in front of me. So there was no way I could hide myself. It was like a 15 minutes throwing on the trash. Because the point B is not a checkpoint. There's no checkpoints during missions. After you complete an objective, you go to the next without saving. If you fail, you go back to the point where you start the mission. Do you see the problem? So, you can took like 10 minutes to do a full scout on the base. Mark every single target. Then you go ways to see the patrol the guards do. Then you snipe each target in order to not have any problem. If you fail on the point B to point C, you go back to the start and you have to do all of that again. So, the freedom of choice that you have on the missions is not on all the missions. Because some missions will force you to do stealth, and some missions in stealth will penalize you by doing a sniper approach. So, in the end, that ended up being a more stealth game in some ways. Second, I have to say then the progression of your character, the skills you acquire during the game, is the worst way I ever seen on gaming. Because really, it's too much convoluted. Really, to buy a skill, you're going to have skill points and a resource. But each skill, you're going to have to... There's 4 resources in a game. To be fair honest, there is 5. There is skill points, there is food, there is communications, there is medicine, and fuel. So, during the game, you're going to have to go out of your way to collect each and every resource to get your skills. But, for fuck's sake, the skills beside the drone ones and acquiring the first item is boring as fuck. Is you take less damage. You take long to die if you're in bleed out state. The skills are boring. The drone skills are the most kinda cool because you can equip different things on your drone like an EMP, a explosive, a noisemaker. But yeah, you will have the same upgrade the health of your drone, upgrade the ability to give zoom to your drone. For fuck's sake, you have a different thermal vision for you and for your drone. You have a different night vision for you and for your drone. You have each time you level up, you to gain 1 skill point. But in the map, you're going to have some commendations, some medals. They can give you 1, 3, or 5 skill points, and you gain, I think, 10 each time you kill a boss. Allow me to say, this is bullshit. It's too much convolute. There's too much currency to buy the same skills. And really, at a point, it really gets boring. And that's the key word on this game. As the game goes on and you keep playing, and even with friends, because really, you're going to have to play this with friends if you're going to want to prolong your game sections with it. Because really, 1 hour alone in this game, you're going to feel the burn. You're already going to feel burned out. With your friends, you're going to be talking shit, so the game will get a little bit of longevity. But sooner or later, again, the game will end up being bad. Mission structures are always the same. One thing I'm going to say, the plot of the game is better than what I thought would be, but it's not so good. Because really, the game was being marked as a co-op game. In my mind, that meant one thing. Your character will not going to talk like The Division, and there will be no interaction whatsoever. With that said, when you play single player and even when you play multiplayer, and that's something that I do not know if it is a bug or a glitch, or if it is like intended, your team, the ghosts, they talk with each other, and that's kind of cool. So, but the overall plot is better than what I imagined, but it's not something that will blow your mind away. It's simply, hey, go there and kill the cartel. One thing, I do believe that Ubisoft know the game would be boring. I do believe that they know they would be giving you the same missions. Because you have 4 operations on the cartel. You got 4 operation heads and the big boss. After you kill just 2 of the operations, you are able to go for the big boss. You don't have to do 100% of the entire cartel. Just do 15% and you're okay to go. Second thing, killing one of the bosses does not have impact. The region does not become free of the cartel. They will be keeping respawning on their bases. There will be no consequence on the other regions. There will be no, as I said, the radio will not even mention, for fuck's sake. But okay. As I said, I didn't expect like a Shakespearean plot out of this. And I got a little more than I thought. For fuck's sake, I thought I would be having Division 2.0 on this, so having something a little bit better was kind of refreshing. Now, to be honest, I really want to like this game. I really want to like because first, it's a Tom Clancy game. Although right now this doesn't mean too much. The plots of Tom Clancy games supposed to be good. But since The Division and Rainbow Six Siege don't have a plot, I think was too much of me ask of have a good plot. Second, it is fun to play with friends, but will be boring really fast. Playing single player is a quick burn. In the end, I really cannot say to you, go and buy the game. What I can say is, wait for a sale. It's going to be a great game to pick it up with friends in the sale. Second, normally Ubisoft games, you kind of have to pick it up with the season pass because you know you're going to be missing up something without it. This time, not so much. I think the season pass is kind of like a bullshit. You got one mission that you're going to be losing on the you're going to be lost in the jungle. You're going to have some cosmetic stuff, and you're going to have a Fast and Furious mission. So, in the end, the season pass is a pass. The game itself, it's kind of okay to pick it up. But as I say, pick it up with friends on a sale. Ladies and gentlemen, that it is. I give you my opinion about this game, and I hope this gives you a little bit of light. If you want to go grab it, if you want to see gameplay, go for it, but well, we really knew what we were going to, so I don't imagine we're really surprised in Wildlands. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I see you next time.